I'm good enough. I'm smart enough. And gosh darn it, people like me. It's from Saturday Night Live.
Really? What year?
It was like old school. Not Chevy Chase, old school.
Who the fuck is Chevy Chase?
What? How do you not know who Chevy Chase is?
Wow.
National Lampoon, like the Christmas Vacation.
I've never seen that.
Wow.
Rob,
Hannah.
you have failed as a husband. Or Three Amigos.
Nope.
Shitter's Full. You've never seen that Christmas Vacation?
No, I didn't see Home Alone till like
Oh, yeah. I showed
3 years ago.
I showed her the Home Alone movies.
Well, you need to show her
Christmas Vacation?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
European Vacation.
Yeah.
She doesn't know. She hasn't seen them.
I mean, I've seen pictures.
Chevy Chase.
I mean, there's...
Do you know who Steve Martin is?
Yes, I know who Steve Martin is. I've seen Cheaper by the Dozen. Why is that funny? He
Hannah.
was in that.
Because that was such a lame movie of his.
And then he also was in that movie with Queen Latifah.
Hannah, you are so cute right now.
What? That was a funny movie. Okay.
Hi, I'm Jess.
And I'm Hannah.
Join us as we delve into true crime, paranormal encounters, and all things spooky.
So grab your flashlight and get ready to wander into the darkness with us.
This is Wicked Wanderings.
Hello, Jessica.
Hello, Hannah.
Hi, Rob.
Hello.
My episode's actually 2 different stories
Ooh.
that I kind of combined into one, just 2 historical tales from New England that I found interesting.
Love it.
So, to start, here at Wicked Wanderings, we believe that there is more to this world than what we see.
We do?
Do we? I think we do.
Yeah, we do.
People for centuries have been trying to prove that we can communicate with the other side, whether it is through spirit boxes, EVPs, or individuals with special gifts such as mediums. There are skeptics, and kind of like Sasquatch, if you don't have your own experience, you doubt that it's real.
Do you have a Sasquatch experience?
No, but I just believe he's real. I love Sasquatch. If anyone that knows me, I have little caricatures of Bigfoot around my house, but that's another story for a different time. So I know personally I'm a huge believer in dreams and what they can communicate to us if we pay attention. But what if I was to tell you that one man's personal experience with the other side solved a murder?
Ooh.
Murder.
I would
Interesting.
say nay.
So get this name that I can barely say. Aquidneck Island, Narragansett Bay, Rhode Island. February 1673, Rebecca Cornell was laid to rest. Several days later, her brother, John Briggs, was having difficulty sleeping. He was somewhere between sleep and awake, and something or someone kept lifting up the bedclothes.
I was literally just listening to stuff about this.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
On a podcast called Tenfold More Wicked.
I've never heard of them.
Yeah. I mean, I did tell you about them, but
You did?
yeah.
You didn't tell me.
I did. It was when I was here.
Wow, we're in trouble.
Wah, wah.
But they were talking about this. So now, yeah, Tenfold More Wicked. And the latest episode is about fire and brimstone, and they start in 1673 and around with this stuff. But anyway, carry on.
Interesting.
But it's like a whole season.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
listen, that's my plug. Anyway, keep going.
So when he looked, he saw a bright light like it was day and saw a figure. He called out to the figure and they said, "I am your sister Cornell. See how I was burnt with fire." The apparition had burns on the shoulders, face, and head. Some backstory to Rebecca is she was not someone without means. She had a beautiful home near the water, and many family members stayed with her, including her son Thomas and his wife Sarah and their children. And occasionally she had boarders that would also stay with her. Rebecca did not mind as long as everyone carried their weight in the house. Okay, makes sense. In these homes, the fireplace was the focal point. This is where people gathered to read, knit, smoke a cigar after dinner, and of course, you do it to stay warm. This was a fireplace that would warm the whole downstairs. So this is not a small fire. This was pretty big. And I know for me, I've seen those big fireplaces in castles, like they're ginormous because they're meant to heat up the whole space instead of just decoration like we have now. Rebecca had told people of abuse against her by her son and the son's wife. Thomas owed his mother money and made promises that were not kept. Rebecca was completing chores such as retrieving firewood that should have been done by her son because she was an older woman who was getting weaker and in poorer health.
So he's a freeloader, basically.
Basically. Rebecca had mentioned a story of her falling outside during the New England winter on snow and ice. She needed assistance and knew her son and daughter-in-law saw her, and they didn't help at all. She did not even have enough blankets to keep her warm at night because for some reason, like, he managed the blankets she had. And then...
kick him out.
Right? And then her son would not let her eat with the rest of the family.
Did he have like a sign-up sheet? Like, okay, you're taking this blanket, but you got to return it at this time?
I don't know.
Either way, he's a dick.
Just very, very controlling. Rebecca had thoughts of suicide, but because she was a God-fearing woman, she feared for her soul and never went through with it. Rebecca had enough and asked her other son, who didn't live with her, if she could move in with him and his family. Her mind was now made up to move on and remove the inheritance from Thomas and his wife. They did not deserve it. Do I hear motive?
Possibly.
On February 8th, Thomas got home from work, went to his mother's room, had a heated discussion with her, and then left to go to the room next door where him and his wife's bedroom was. It was soon time for dinner, but Rebecca was not around. Thomas sent his son to fetch his grandmother, and he came back freaking out. Everyone rushed to her room, and they identified Rebecca by her shoes. That's how badly burnt she was. This is where a forensic team would have a field day because Rebecca was burnt, and there were burn marks on her, like her bedposts and parts of the floor, but they were put out. So if Rebecca was burning alive, I don't think she would put those fires out. Like, she would have had other things on her mind.
What if it was, what is it called? When people just burst into flames.
Spontaneous
Combustion, yes. That could have been. Who's to say it's a modern marvel?
Wait, what?
Spontaneous human combustion. Have you never heard of that?
So I think it was in the book, but I just like read over it because I was like, what the hell is
It's
this?
a thing.
You just burst into flames?
Yeah. You've never heard of that.
Hannah, once again, disappointing me. I'm just kidding. But that's
Between that and Steve Martin, I'm fired. But still, okay, let's say she was set on fire. She's not going to be worried about putting out flames. She's going to be worried about the flames on herself.
yeah.
So someone obviously didn't want the whole house burning down.
But with spontaneous human combustion, like I could be sitting in this chair, burst into flames, and then it would just,
Well, what would cause that?
I don't know, my fat.
Yeah, there's some theories about what happens, but there's no like scientific facts.
Yeah, explanation. Google it after the episode. It's interesting.
Late night Google sessions. The coroner ruled it an accidental death, and they prepared her body for burial. It was customary for the women to clean up the body as best they could, but Sarah, the daughter-in-law, did not participate because she was pregnant. It was thought that a dead body could spirit away the fetus, or that contact could result in some deformity or birthmark.
And the baby would be a witch
A witch with a teat.
The things they thought about
back then.
back
Yeah.
then
Not
just
the brightest crayons in the
intrigues
box.
me.
It was 3 days later that Rebecca's brother John saw the apparition. And it was because of this, a second inquest was done on Rebecca's body, and an injury to her stomach was found.
Oh.
She was stabbed.
So it wasn't spontaneous human combustion. Or maybe her stomach just, okay, I'll stop.
Just stretched out.
Yeah, in a straight line, not jagged at all.
Oh my God. After interviews, it came to light that there was animosity between Rebecca and her son Thomas. No shit.
What?
Really?
No.
Thomas was arrested and put on trial. The trial lasted 1 day with the fear that Satan was in their midst.
Oh my God.
Thinking of the time here and being in New England, these people had such a fear of Satan and darkness that any type of talk of the unexplainable was believed and taken as fact.
Mhm.
So Jessica,
Yes.
looking back on our Salem witch trials and the belief these people had and what others said, could that be at play here?
Oh, for sure.
So here's another example. Fucking Putnams.
Right.
Thomas was found guilty and was sentenced to death by hanging on May 23rd. Now, granted, it doesn't sound like there was any concrete evidence that this was him. I will say that.
I mean, during that time, they hung a lot of people without concrete evidence.
Yes,
so
true.
He's not alone in that.
He asked to be buried next to his mother, but he was denied. Instead, they talked about burying him near the road and that they could put a monument on top of his grave or put him under or near the gallows. So basically, you have no say, but we're going to make sure that where you are buried is not a happy place. Some believe. Sorry, there's a good part coming up.
I could tell.
That I've been waiting on, that I told Rob I had to wait on.
Oh, this is that it?
Yeah.
This is that part?
I didn't even tell him because I was so excited. So, some believe that Thomas was innocent. What are your thoughts?
No. He's too lazy to kill his mom.
Exactly.
He didn't want to do shit. He didn't go get firewood.
So you think he's innocent?
No. Well, I guess, yeah. I don't know. But why would he burn his mother if he wouldn't even get firewood to do it?
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
A sincere expression of gratitude to our esteemed patrons,
Ashley and Karen,
Kate and Stephanie,
Amber and Courtney,
Chelsea and Heather,
Lynn and Margie,
for their generous monthly contributions. Their support fuels the engine of our investigative endeavors here at Wicked Wanderings.
You too can become a valued patron and unlock a realm of exclusive content by supporting our mission for as little as $3 a month. Your contribution sustains our commitment to delivering high-quality content.
Visit wickedwanderingspodcast.com and click on the support tab to join the ranks of our dedicated patrons. Your investment not only keeps our podcast thriving, but also ensures that you are at the forefront of our intriguing discoveries with bonus content only available for those patron subscribers.
Thank you for considering this opportunity to deepen your engagement with Wicked Wanderings. Your support is paramount in enabling us to continue our journey into the realms of mystery and true crime. And now, back to the shit show. And also my thing is, this woman had boarders all the time.
Like people renting?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So opportunity, I mean, it was the 1600s. Like, who's going to know?
It has not been proven beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yes.
So,
Correct. Interesting fact.
Yes.
We all know that I love Lisbeth Borden.
yes.
So remember that Sarah was pregnant. She ended up having a daughter that was born several months after her father's execution. Lisbeth is a descendant of that daughter, and Sarah named her Innocent Cornell.
Wow.
Oh. You need to listen to Tenfold because it talks about like a cursed family in a cursed town. Yes. And
I
That
just,
makes
when
sense.
I read that, I'm like,
had Lizzie Borden involved.
what? Even just these two things between what happened to this family and then what happened 2 centuries later to Lisbeth, like, what are the odds?
And then even in the 90s with the killer nurse.
But
right.
there was no proof she was related, though.
You never know.
No, they did have proof. That
Oh, they
she
did?
wasn't.
Okay.
Because that would have made it even more.
She just wanted
That would have been like
attention.
a Kennedy situation. Like, the Kennedys are fucking cursed, man. Like,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah,
So, anyways,
people keep trying to kill him.
that's that story. Are you ready for the next one? Okay. Weathersfield, Connecticut, 1782. A maidservant goes to find the family doctor with a note she was instructed to deliver.
Who gave her the note?
I'll get to that. The doctor read the note and said they must hurry to the premise and grab the family lawyer on the way. Now, with this in mind, right, the doctor got this big emergency note. He grabs the family lawyer and friend on the way. Who should enter the home first?
The doctor.
I was going to say the doctor, yeah.
They sent the maidservant in first. They're like, you go in.
Of course.
Yeah. She creeped up the stairs and went to the children's room first, and because of the horror she saw, she fainted and tumbled back down the stairs.
Oh, jeez. The doctor catch her?
Oh, don't worry, yeah. The doctor caught her with injury. How nice of him. and helped her regain herself because, she was a weakling. Why the fuck would you let her go in there by herself?
Well, wouldn't Rob make you go in first?
Probably.
No, I wouldn't.
It's kind of like when men are like, I'll sleep near the door.
I
On the
sleep
side.
next to the door.
I don't.
I'm closer to the
Or
door.
I do.
Oh, you're closer to the door?
I'd be more scared of you than Dave. Sorry, Dave.
I mean, I have no doubt that Dave would kill somebody if someone broke into our
But
house.
that's love.
That's right. He protects me.
That's so sweet.
He can kill someone for me.
That's love.
Now that is love.
Okay. So she was horrified, right? Obviously, she couldn't speak. So they all went outside where the lawyer saw two men working and asked if they go take a look.
What were they working on?
They were just like road workers of some sort.
They weren't
So-
like gardeners.
I don't know, babe. Like, yeah, they were cutting the fucking roses. Who cares? Like, he had someone else go in when there was a lawyer and a doctor. He's like, oh, you go in.
So basically, this lawyer and doctor, they were pussies.
Yep, basically. Yep.
Little puppy dogs with their tails between their legs.
Pretty much. Pretty much. So the doctor stayed with the maid. Oh, because she needed help. While the three of them went up. Sure enough, mangled children's bodies were found
Oh.
and the body of the mother. This is the story of murderous father and husband William Beadle.
I mean, I guess I would be angry if that was my name and I would take it out on people.
I mean, Beadle. How else would you say it?
Oh, I was thinking like the insect
Oh, yeah. It does sound like the
Which-
insect.
is an animal.
We
Call
are not,
back.
We are not getting into this.
What was that, like episode 3?
I don't know.
33.
William's mental health had been dwindling. It was the last year of the Revolutionary War, and he could not provide for his family. He had written down that maybe it was time to hand his responsibility over to better hands. Did he
Like
mean God?
God? Yeah.
Is that why he killed them?
Did he kill himself?
Jessica, you gotta stop guessing right in everything.
I mean, I can't help it.
William made his name. Born in England, he did not come from much, but became a successful merchant in Connecticut. The ports had mercantile coming in. Is it mercantile or mercantile?
Mercantile.
Okay.
Is it really?
Redo.
Mercantile? It's not mercantile?
I mean, merchant's the one who sells it, so it makes sense. It's mercantile.
That makes absolutely no sense to
I don't
me.
think
but...
there's an H. There's not an
There
H.
isn't an H, but for some reason I want to read it mercantile.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So there's no H.
Yeah, so it's
Oh.
like Worcester.
What's
It's not Worcester. There's no H.
Redo. The ports had mercantile coming in and out, including the slave trade, which I didn't know was this far north.
Yeah.
It was all over the country.
I
were.
just, for some reason, did not think it was this far north. I was kind of floored with that. William had an air about him of an accomplished, wealthy man, but when the revolution happened, he made bad business decisions and went under. He was broke.
Was he a loyalist?
It didn't say.
Hmm.
People close to William stated that failure was not an option for him, and this most likely led to his mental health dwindling. Writings from William showed his decline in his decision he made. In November, he decided to give a lavish dinner of oysters to his family and the maidservant to celebrate life and then kill them. He gave the maidservant a note and told her, "Don't return. Your services are not needed for the rest of the night." Though she did not listen to instructions, she delivered the note and she returned, so his plan was botched.
Well, didn't the doctor and lawyer make her return?
This was the first time.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he tried a couple different times to go through with it. Yeah. He tried again in December. William held a get-together for friends, and around 9 p.m., people began to leave, and the maidservant helped everyone get to bed. William woke up the maidservant and gave her a note for the family doctor. He told her that Mrs. Beadle has been sick all night and needs a doctor, but don't leave without the doctor with you. Some believe William already killed his wife at this point. William went upstairs, took his axe, and smashed his 4 children's heads in.
This reminds me of the other one that you did. But
Yeah.
he shot his kids, right?
Yes, in Holyoke.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yep. He then sliced each of their throats with his knife. He then placed his children on the floor and brought his wife in next to them. He covered his children with blankets and his wife's face with a handkerchief. It is thought that he stared at them for a while, maybe mourning what he felt he had to do. Based off of, like they said, the blood pattern and everything, it just seemed like he probably stared at their bodies for a while. William then went downstairs, sat down, took 2 guns, placed them on either ear, and pulled the triggers.
Pussy.
Wow.
So basically, he had no head after all this. The townspeople were furious. According to them, he did not deserve to be buried with his family.
Agreed.
They took his body and the knife he had from slicing their throats, tied him to a sled, and had him dragged through town where people spat and mocked him.
Fuck.
Wow.
Oh, it gets worse.
When is it? 1600s?
No,
1700s.
82.
They pushed his body down a hill where his body landed in a large hole. William's body was then taken and put on display around town where people made fun of him, ridiculed him, and kids would kick and poke at the corpse.
Holy shit. These Puritans didn't fuck around.
They really
Or
did.
colonists, really. At this time, Puritan, yeah.
Eventually, someone took the body and put it somewhere where the corpse would not be disturbed anymore. I think someone was like, all right, like, there's
Enough
nothing
is
left
enough.
to this. It was found out that William had been contemplating killing his family for about 3 years.
Oh my God.
William had wrote that he had lost faith in the Christian religion and decided to become a deist. Does anyone know what a deist is?
Sounds like a deacon of some sort.
No, it's a supposedly like a faith.
Oh,
Like
oh.
atheist or agnostic or evangelical way of thinking.
So it's not Christian based.
Well,
it's something
like
different.
deity, right?
So,
like a higher power.
I had to
type.
look it up. So belief in a higher power, but it has science behind it.
Okay.
So it's not just like, okay, God is 3 in 1. There needs to be science behind it for them to believe it.
Mm-hmm.
William did this to supposedly save his family from ridicule and knowing him as failure. But come to find out, what he was worth in his fortune was still more than a normal farmer would have had. So it is believed that he used it as an excuse to brutally murder his family and kill himself.
Huh.
And that is the story of the Beadle family.
Why? Like, you know what? Put on your big boy panties and do what you got to do to take care of your family.
So it sounds like he didn't come from much and he built up this empire for himself. And I think that when the Revolutionary War happened, he was like, fuck, like I am English, but I am now technically American, right? So like, I don't know.
Well,
maybe
that's
his
why-
was split.
That's why I was asking if he was a loyalist, because they didn't really fare well
It did not
during
say in the
the-
story.
the war.
But it doesn't mean that it's not out there. I mean, it
Mhm.
could be more information that I just did not see.
Hmm.
But again, another father,
Yeah.
right? That brutally kills his
Fa-
kids and
Family annihilator.
Mhm.
in New England.
Don't get any ideas, Rob.
All right, this is the Four of Spades, Jennifer Fay, F-A-Y. On November 14th, 1989, Jennifer Fay was last seen in the area of Rice's Market in 769 North Main Street in Brockton. Jennifer has been missing since that date. And if you have any info about this case, please call 1-855-MA-SOLVE.
Mm.
Oh, that's so sad. But yeah, Jennifer Fay.
That is way sad.
1989. So that's right around my birthday, November 14th.
Yeah, I thought the same thing when I saw that.
You weren't even born.
No,
I was not born.
Yeah.
I was cooking in my mama's tummy though.
Were you?
Yeah, because my birthday's May 10th and that was November of 89. So I was a cooking.
What's your social? I'm just kidding.
I love you, Jessica, but there are some boundaries I will not cross.
Good times, good times.
Thank you, Hannah, for a wonderful job you're doing.
Thanks, Hannah. That was an awesome episode.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Two cases in one.
Mic drop. No, I'm just kidding, but yeah.
Are we going to get any more stories from this book?
No, the book is done.
Book
Was
is
that
done.
the Murder New England by
Yes.
M.W.? I've been seeing a lot of his books. Now I want to buy some more.
I know. He has ones with just like full cases that
Yeah.
I've been interested in. There was a couple more recent stories of the early 2000s that were in there that I read.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I
Yeah.
don't know. I like the older ones that normally people don't really cover because there's
Yeah.
not much information on. That's why I did 2 in 1 because,
Yeah.
but
Faux show.
Well, thank you very much.
Thanks, Hannah.
My pleasure, wanderers. I love y'all.
Thank you, listeners.
And it was kind of cute how excited you got about the Lizzie Borden.
Dude,
bouncing up and
so
down in
literally
that
I
chair.
finished the episode and I ran out to tell Rob. He's like, well, tell me. I'm like, but I can't. I want you to be as excited as I am when I tell you.
And
Love me some Lizbeth.
He was not bouncing up and down in his chair.
He really should have been. I know. We'll talk about that later tonight.
Way to support your wife, Rob.
I support her 100%.
All right.
Well,
right,
thank
have a
you.
Have a good day.
Night.
Bye.
Thanks for listening today.
Wicked Wanderings is hosted by Hannah Fitzpatrick.
And me, Jess Goonan.
And it's produced by Rob Fitzpatrick.
Music by Sasha N.
If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to leave us a rating and review.
And be sure to follow us on all our socials. You can find the links down in the show notes.
And if you're looking for some Wicked Cozy t-shirts or hoodies, head over to our merch store.
Thank you for being a part of the Wicked Wanderings community. We appreciate each and every one of you.
Stay curious
Keep exploring.
and always remember to keep on wandering.
Get ready to rock your style with Wicked Wanderings.
Introducing our brand new merch.
Cozy up in our Wicked hoodies.
Or flaunt your vibe in our sweet ass t-shirt.
Join the Wicked Wanderings crew. Explore the mysterious.
And head to our merch store now.
The link is in the show notes below.